What's up, everybody? This is Will with another episode of Food Grind. But this is a very special edition of Food Grind because I have with me none other than the very infamous here in South Louisiana. That's right, Kayla LeMaire. Kayla LeMaire, when you say food, her name and picture is in the dictionary right behind that. She is very knowledgeable on the food down here in South Louisiana. She is from down here. She says Lafayette, but we're going to call it South Louisiana anyway. Because we all know once you get past south of Minden, it's all South Louisiana. It's all good. So without anything else, because y'all know I can talk all day, I want to talk to Kayla LeMaire. Tell us about New Orleans food.
Oh my gosh. Well, where do you want to start on New Orleans food?
Well, you always normally start with the appetizer. So
yeah, New Orleans food is Louisiana food is a cuisine. And I just recently listened to Liz Williams give a talk. Liz Williams is the founder of the National Food and Beverage Museum. She's also the founder of the Southern Food and Beverage Museum here in New Orleans. And she said a cuisine is defined by three things. Everybody eats it, everybody can identify it, and everybody identifies with it, right? So everybody eats it, everybody can recognize it, and then everybody identifies with it. And that's definitely how the food, not just in New Orleans, but in Louisiana, is. We have a cuisine which I think makes our food really unique above and beyond anywhere else in the United States. There are great food towns, but they don't have a cuisine the way we do here in New Orleans. And the cuisine in New Orleans is influenced largely by French roots, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Mississippi Delta, and what that provides us in ingredients. Spanish owned Louisiana for a time. You have a huge influx of Afro-Caribbean culture and flavors in the food here. A lot of Italian influence in the food here. And then most recently, we're really starting to see a strong presence of Vietnamese flavors and the influence of the Vietnamese who've been here for almost 50 years now. So it's definitely, for lack of a better word, a fusion, a sort of naturally occurring fusion cuisine that is unique to this region of the United States.
that's awesome. Because y'all know me, because when she says cuisine, I'm thinking art with food. To me, a plate is a canvas. You put the art on there, and then I'll take the art off of it. But, that's another story. But so now I know we have one thing in common. We're both in real estate, which I thought was really cool to find out. Our main focus has been on food. So you told me that you also have something coming out where your passion is, because I promise you, when you sit down and talk to Kayla, her passion about food, yes, I know, it's a lot like mine. I promise you, I do other stuff than eat. But tell us about something you said you had coming up that you were embarking on.
Yes, so I have previously done food tours here in New Orleans, public food tours, and what I am starting to do now is private food experiences that are personally curated to suit the taste, the curiosities, the dietary needs of the people who are taking the tour. So you come to New Orleans, you may have a list of things you definitely want to try. You may have an allergy or a dietary restriction and you don't know where to eat. That's what I do. I will cultivate a tour for you, and I'll take you around, feed you a bunch of food, and then send you off with a laundry list of places that you might want to try while you're here.
While you're in a food coma, but
yes.
But
after you recover from your first food coma,
yeah, exactly.
You know where to go for your second.
But to me that was really cool when she told me about that, because to me that is something when you go. I mean, this was our first trip to New Orleans, so while we did good, we were on foot. We checked all these places out, and we would walk by places 8 or 10 times. And you can't go by what the internet says on how good a place is. You can read reviews, you can look at pictures, but until you walk in the door and experience the food yourself at the table, you really don't know what's to expect there. So to have someone that's already been there, done that, or as I saw a T-shirt yesterday, beignet done that. And y'all know that I already have. Beignet done that twice, 3 times. But it gives you something to look forward to, because you know that every place you go to is going to be handpicked by somebody who has been there and done that and knows what she's talking about. Is not just a foodie. She's not a food critic. She's just this epicurious custodian, if you will, of New Orleans.
I just like to eat.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. I try to tell them the same thing. They're like, "You just like to eat." I'm like, "Well, this is true."
You know, and I grew up on South Louisiana food, so not only do I know it's good, I know what things are supposed to taste like. You know, you can not have ever experienced New Orleans food, go to a restaurant, have a wonderful experience, think the food is fabulous, but it may not necessarily be a really strong or good representation of what kind of flavors we're going for here. So it's nice to have someone who not only knows the terrain of the city, but also knows the food. I mean, I grew up eating this food. I've been cooking it since I could reach the stove, standing on a stool, you know, so it's definitely in my DNA, in my roots, deep, deep.
Okay, awesome. Well, we've got our food ordered. I know we have some char grilled oysters coming. We got some gumbo coming. We got a double cut pork chop, cold smoked, stuffed with andouille sausage because I found out that I love that stuff. And then we have a seafood platter coming with some barbecued shrimp. So we're going to have just a whole mega table full of stuff for everybody to get their eyeballs on. And you'll just have to take our word for it, how good it is. But we'll do our final take on it after we're done. And, of course, we'll always give you some intake as we're taking a few bites. You know, you don't want to miss that, seeing me take a bite or something. But anyways, we'll check back here in a couple. All right, what's up, everybody? Y'all saw the food come out. I showed you the pictures. And I was going to get you a picture of the char grilled oysters, but they didn't even hit the table, and Kayla had already eaten them. So it's all Kayla's fault on that one. I did get a picture of her gumbo. It was really good. Seafood platter. What a presentation, huh? And this double cold smoked andouille sausage stuffed pork chop. It looks like food coma on a plate. But as promised, I always give you guys the pictorial first bite. So here we go. Oh, wow. Words, a little on the spicy side, but words do not describe. I'll put it this way. I love spicy, so that's really good. But in all honesty, you've got you spent the time to cold smoke a pork chop, stuff it with andouille. The one thing that I'll tell you is you don't want things to overpower something else. All right, so we finished our meal. We're all in food comas, I promise you. So I know you're waiting on, all right, so we made this big thing, so what was it about? Kayla, what did you think? I mean, what was your opinion? I mean, there were a lot of things that could have been, improved, but...
Yeah, the food just didn't nail it for me. Food left something to be desired. Flavors just weren't as dynamic. They weren't as layered. There wasn't as much depth to the food as I would expect
I like that.
In a Louisiana meal. Atmosphere is great. Service is great.
Joshua was on point.
Yeah, it's a nice place to sit and have conversation. Food just
we've had I mean, that's the thing is it's when you go out to eat, it's about the experience. You can make a pork chop at home. You can you can do any of these things at home. You can replicate, but what you can't replicate is going out to dinner and having an experience, going out with friends and having an experience, and enjoying a meal that is chef prepared, which this is. I don't like, and I'm not going to, because my purpose is not to bash. If I was in the area, would I come here again? That's what all my viewers always want to know. Would I come here again? You know what? I would. Just because of the ambiance, the wait staff. I mean, I would give them another shot. But if I had to tell you, this is one of those places that you just have to drive 500 miles out of your way to go to. I can't say that, and my viewers rely on me to tell them the truth. So I don't want them coming here going, Will said that was, and it's not. But like I said, it's not a bad establishment. It's just the food was not where, when you talk foodies, this is not what we expected. There were, for me, my downsides basically were flavors that overpowered. I had a great executive chef tell me one time that said, you were not, in the culinary school he went to, you were not allowed to have any other seasoning until you learned to use just salt and pepper. And that's the thing, it's like, you don't need all of this. I know this is not right to say this because I'm in New Orleans. I mean, I'm in Cajun country, and to tell somebody we don't need seasoning, I mean, that's just not right.
Cajun people do a miraculous thing with salt, black pepper, red pepper, and garlic powder.
You there? I mean, that's my thing. So, see, I'm in a food coma already.
Okay, the food.
Don't hesitate to check out Kayla LeMaire. She's really got some special stuff coming up. Don't forget to check out Free Tours on Foot as a phenomenal service, and everywhere you go. And I know that I have a lot of people that travel, so don't always rely on us to tell you everything. I think we'll steer everybody right. But
I'll never steer you wrong on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. If I've been there and ate that, you can pretty much rely on that. Once again, Kayla, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much
for meeting us. Yeah, and this took a lot of planning on our part and hers. So this was definitely a combined effort, definitely a team job.
The best part of all of this for me is sitting down with people, sharing stories, having conversation, finding the common ground, and just enjoying each other's company. So, I mean, it's a win-win for me.
Absolutely. Until next time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, it was brought to you by me personally, Will Bryce at Will Bryce Real Estate, Bryan College Station. I'm with Century 21 Bill. There's a family behind me to help you and your family find that perfect home. Give me a call, 713-392-1901. And as always, it doesn't matter if you're up in Dallas-Fort Worth or down in Corpus Christi or over there at Beaumont or all the way out to El Paso. Give me a call. Look forward to hearing from you.